What if the thing that saved your life also made you a millionaire? That's not a motivational poster. That's the actual story of Brandon Carter, known online as King Keto. Over 3 million followers across social media, over 100 million video views, fitness model for Nike, Puma, Adidas, Men's Health, and mentor to more than 15,000 students who have built online businesses from scratch. But here's the part nobody talks about. Before all of that, Brandon was dealing drugs on the streets of Chicago. No backup plan, no degree, no future that looked like anything except more of the same. Then his father died, and everything changed. He walked away from that life completely, found fitness, got obsessed, built a body that turned heads everywhere he went. And then, instead of just keeping it to himself, he started sharing it online, for free, every day. And the internet responded. Hey, I'm Carl. On this channel, I talk about real ways to make real money. No gurus, no get-rich-quick schemes. Just stories of people who figured something out, and a breakdown of exactly how they did it. Today, we're talking about online fitness coaching, specifically how someone with zero connections, zero money, and zero formal education built a $1 million empire by getting in shape and teaching others to do the same. And more importantly, why this is one of the most accessible income opportunities available to young people right now. Let's start with the model, because most people think personal training means standing in a gym for 10 hours a day, getting paid $30 to $50 an hour, while the gym owner takes half your clients and tells you when to show up. That's not what Brandon does. That's not what his students do. The model is this. You get in shape, you document it online, you build an audience of people who want what you have, and then you charge them for your time, your knowledge, and your system. Online. From your phone, on your own schedule, no gym, no commute, no boss. This is called high-ticket online coaching. And the math is completely different from anything you've been taught to think about fitness as a career. Here is what it actually looks like. A high-ticket fitness coaching package typically costs between $1,000 and $3,000 for 3 months. Let's use $1,500 as our number. If you sign 5 clients in a month, and which is very achievable once your system is running, that's $7,500 from your phone, working with people you chose to work with, on a schedule you control. Now let's say you get better, you build your audience, you raise your prices to $2,500 per client. 5 clients, $12,500 a month. Brandon's top students are doing this, and some are doing significantly more. But here's what makes this different from every other online business model you've probably heard about. You don't need a product, you don't need inventory, you don't need a website, you don't need a massive following. Brandon has said publicly that his students start making money with fewer than 1,000 followers, because this is not an influencer game, it's a coaching game. And there is a massive difference. An influencer needs millions of eyeballs to make money through ads and brand deals. A coach needs 5 to 10 people per month who trust them enough to invest in their own transformation. That's it. Now, what do you actually need to get started? Step 1, get in shape yourself. This is non-negotiable, not because you need to look like a magazine cover, but because your body is your proof of concept. Nobody pays a broke financial advisor. Nobody pays an out-of-shape fitness coach. Your physique is your credibility. And here's the part that most people sleep on. Building a great body is itself a skill that takes months of consistent work, which means if you start today, you are also building the discipline, the knowledge, and the mindset that your future clients are going to pay you for. The process is the product. Step 2, start documenting before you feel ready. This is exactly what Brandon did. He didn't wait until he was famous. He didn't wait until he had a professional camera or a fancy studio. He started posting what he was learning, what he was eating, what was working, from the very beginning. Day 1 content, week 1 content, month 1 content. And here's why that matters. When someone finds your content 6 months from now and scrolls back through your journey, they don't just see a fit person. They see proof that it's possible. They see the before. They see the struggle. They see the transformation in real time. And that makes them trust you in a way that no polished ad ever could. Step 3, pick a niche inside fitness. Brandon's niche is keto and fat loss for men. That specificity is not an accident. The internet rewards specificity. Fitness coach is noise. I help men over 30 lose 20 pounds on keto without giving up their social life is a magnet. The narrower your niche, the easier it is to find your people, and the easier it is for your people to find you. We'll talk about exactly how to convert that audience into paying clients in part 2. First, So now you have a body worth showing, you've been posting consistently, you've picked your niche, people are starting to follow you. Now what? This is where most aspiring fitness coaches completely fall apart. They have the physique, they have the content, they even have people sliding into their DMs asking for advice, and they give it away for free every time because they're scared to ask for money, because they don't feel like an expert yet, because they're waiting for some invisible permission slip that says they're ready to charge. Brandon Carter never waited for that slip, and neither should you. Here is the mindset shift that changes everything. You don't need to know more than everyone. You just need to know more than the person you're helping. If you've lost 20 pounds on keto and someone else hasn't started yet, you have something they need that has value, that is worth money. The question is not whether you're qualified enough. The question is whether you're brave enough to charge for what you know. Now let's talk about how the actual sales process works, because this is not complicated, and that's the point. Step 4. Use direct outreach and conversations to find your first clients. You do not need a funnel. You do not need a sales page. You do not need a webinar. You need to have real conversations with real people who have expressed interest in what you do. Someone liked 3 of your posts this week. Someone commented asking what you eat. Someone watched your last 5 videos. Those are warm leads. Message them. Not with a pitch, with a question. Something like, "Hey, I noticed you've been following my journey. Are you trying to lose weight right now, or just curious about the keto lifestyle?" That's it. You start a conversation, you listen, you find out what they're struggling with, and then, only then, you present your coaching as a solution. Brandon built his entire early business this way. No ads, no complicated tech. Just conversations. Direct messages turning into discovery calls, turning into paying clients. And here's the number that should make this real for you. His students target $1,500 to $3,000 per client for a 3-month coaching package. You close 2 clients this month. That's $3,000 to $6,000 from conversations on your phone. Close 5. That's $7,500 to $15,000 in a month where you also kept your day job. Step 5. Deliver results and let your clients become your marketing. This is where the business starts to compound. When your client loses 25 pounds and posts about it, when they tag you in their transformation photo, when they leave a comment saying you changed their life, that is worth more than any ad you could ever buy. One successful client becomes a testimonial becomes trust becomes the next client, and the next, and the next. Brandon has over 1,000 documented success stories from his high-ticket trainer program alone. That's 1,000 people who went from 0 to a full-time online income. Not because they were special, not because they had a massive following, because they followed a system and delivered real results to real people. Step 6. Scale by raising your prices, not your hours. This is the part that makes online coaching different from every other job you've ever had. In a normal job, if you want to make more money, you work more hours. In online coaching, if you want to make more money, you get better at what you do and charge what you're actually worth. Brandon doesn't have more hours in his day than you do. He charges more per client, he works with fewer clients, and he makes more money. That's the leverage. And once you've built a library of content, a system for onboarding clients, and a track record of results, the business starts running in a way that your 9-to-5 never will. Now, I want to be honest with you about what this takes, because I'm not here to sell you a dream. Getting in shape takes months of real work. Building an audience takes consistency over time. Learning to sell, and yes, selling is a skill you have to learn, takes practice and rejection. There will be weeks where nobody buys. There will be DMs that go unanswered. There will be people who tell you you're not qualified enough, not big enough, not famous enough to charge for what you know. Brandon Carter came from the streets of Chicago. He lost his father. He had no degree, no connections, no money, no blueprint. He got in shape. He showed up online every single day. He learned how to help people, and he built $1 million business from a phone and a camera. The barrier to entry for this is lower than almost anything else at this level. You don't need startup capital. You don't need a license. You don't need a gym membership, a studio, or a team. You need a body you've built with your own discipline. You need the knowledge that comes from living the process yourself. And you need the consistency to show up online before anyone is watching. Here's your action plan. 1. Start training seriously today. Document everything from day 1. 2. Pick a specific niche. Fat loss, muscle gain, keto, women over 40, men who travel. Be specific. 3. Post every single day. Photos, videos, meals, workouts, mindset. All of it. 4. When someone engages with your content, start a conversation. Don't pitch, listen first. 5. Offer a 3-month coaching package, price it between $1,000 and $2,000 to start. Raise it as your results speak for themselves. 6. Deliver so well that your clients do your marketing for you. Brandon Carter didn't wait until he was ready. He got ready by starting. The gym is open, your phone has a camera, your story is already worth something to someone. The only question is whether you're going to use it. I'm Carl, and I'll see you in the next one.